I knew something was wrong the moment my husband looked at Ryan instead of me. The cabin was quiet. The sun hadn't even come up yet. Most of the house was still asleep. Coffee hadn't finished brewing. The lake outside was perfectly still. Then Noah smiled, stretched, and said the 7 words that ended my marriage. "Ryan, would you wake Claire for me?" Nobody else thought twice about it. Why would they? It sounded like a simple favor. Only Ryan and I knew it wasn't. The weekend trip had been Noah's idea. 3 couples, 1 large cabin, fishing, hiking, board games. The kind of getaway married couples post about online. Relaxing, peaceful, perfect. Except one of the couples wasn't really a couple. Ryan had joined after another friend canceled. Noah insisted. "You two already work together," he'd said. "Might as well make the trip." At the time, I thought he was being generous. Now I realize he was setting the stage. Ryan and I had been having an affair for almost 17 months. Long enough that hotel rooms had become familiar. Long enough that waking up beside each other felt normal. Long enough that we'd stop pretending we'd ever end it. That's the dangerous part. Not when you're hiding. When you stop believing you need to. Noah had changed months earlier. He stopped asking questions. Stopped checking where I was. Stopped wondering why work dinners lasted until midnight. I mistook his silence for trust. It wasn't. It was observation. Friday evening passed without incident. We grilled steaks, played cards, laughed around the fire pit. Ryan and Noah even teamed up during a game of cornhole. Watching them joke with each other made me uncomfortable. Not because they looked fake. Because they looked genuine. Saturday morning arrived quietly. Most people planned to fish before breakfast. I stayed in bed. I'd been awake late talking with Ryan on the back porch after everyone else went to sleep. Or at least, I thought everyone else had gone to sleep. I lay under the blankets listening to footsteps downstairs. Cabinet doors, coffee mugs, soft conversation. The smell of bacon drifted through the cabin. Then I heard Noah's voice. "Claire's still asleep." Someone laughed. Ryan. Then Noah said it. "Ryan, would you wake Claire for me?" Every muscle in my body locked. Silence. Not outside. Inside me. Ryan didn't answer immediately. He laughed nervously. "I don't think that's a good idea." Noah sounded almost confused. "Why not?" Another pause. "You know how she likes to wake up." The sentence hit harder than a scream, because he wasn't asking. He was watching. Watching Ryan decide. The kitchen grew quiet. Someone asked, "Why Ryan?" Noah chuckled. "He works with her more than anyone." A few people laughed. Nobody understood. Only Ryan and I did, because he knew exactly how I liked to wake up. Slowly. No bright lights. 5 more minutes after the alarm. Coffee before conversation. Things only someone who'd spent nights beside me would know. Ryan finally cleared his throat. "I've never really paid attention." Noah didn't respond. Not right away. Then he smiled. "Really?" The single word filled the room. "You seemed pretty confident telling everyone last month she wasn't a morning person." My stomach dropped. I'd forgotten. During a company picnic, Ryan had joked, "Don't talk to Claire before coffee." Everyone laughed, including Noah. At the time, it seemed harmless. Apparently, Noah remembered every word. The cabin was completely silent now. People weren't laughing anymore. They sensed something. They just couldn't identify it. So Noah looked toward the staircase leading to the bedrooms, then back at Ryan. "So, if you don't know how she wakes up, how did you know she snores after 2 glasses of wine?" The world stopped. Ryan's face lost every bit of color. Mine probably did too. Another joke, another careless comment. Another tiny detail Noah had quietly stored away. When did you find out? I whispered from the top of the stairs. I hadn't realized I'd stepped into the hallway. Everyone turned toward me. Noah looked up. His expression never changed. About 9 months ago. 9 months, every holiday, every anniversary, every weekend. 9 months of him knowing. Every memory instantly became something different. The calmness, the patience, the kindness. He wasn't trying to fix our marriage. He was waiting for me to stop lying. Ryan stood. I think I should head home. Noah nodded politely. I figured you might. Nobody stopped him. Nobody understood why he was leaving. Only the two of us knew. Ryan grabbed his overnight bag, walked out the front door, started his truck, and disappeared down the gravel road without looking back. Breakfast ended early. People made excuses to leave. Fishing was canceled. The laughter never returned. That afternoon, after everyone else had gone into town, Noah and I sat alone on the dock. The lake was perfectly calm. He handed me a large envelope, divorce papers. Already signed. Already organized. Already waiting. I stared at them for a long time before finally asking, why ask him to wake me up? Noah skipped a stone across the lake, watched it bounce 4 times, then answered quietly, because mornings are honest. I frowned. What does that mean? He looked at me. When people first wake up, they don't think. They react. A long silence settled between us. I wanted to see whether he'd react like a coworker, or like a man who'd already spent too many mornings beside my wife. He stood, picked up the envelope he'd given me, placed it back in my hands. There wasn't a right answer. He walked back toward the cabin, never looked over his shoulder. I still think about that morning sometimes. The smell of coffee, the quiet lake, the sound of Noah asking someone else to wake me. Not because it exposed the affair, because it exposed something worse. I'd spent 17 months believing I was protecting 2 separate lives. But all it took was one ordinary morning, and one simple request, to reveal that my husband had already been awake to the truth long before I ever opened my eyes.